and then they would be turned over from there to the National Park Service. And GPI would lease the buses rather than owning them starting in 2003. There's a bit of irony though in the fact that if you recall, during the trials in 1935, Ford had lost out because it had a lousy bus. Yet it was the one that came to the rescue of the White Motor Company buses in the 2000s. So, such is fate. Well, there had initially been talk of sidelining the buses and putting them in a museum. That idea was quickly dismissed in 2000s when the Ford did the rebuild. As an intact fleet, they were simply, they were too rare to give up. I frequently describe the buses as an endangered species. There are only 34 of them, 33 in daily service and 1 in park service storage waiting for that fabled museum if it ever comes around. By comparison, there are more than 1,200 Rocky Mountain goats in Glacier. So, hey, a lot fewer buses. Howard Hayes had no idea of the legacy that he'd leave or he'd create when he bought those buses in '36. When he sold the company to the Great Northern Railway 20 years later, he knew he had a valuable asset on his hands. A former white engineer had told him that with continuing good care, the buses could go on for another 30 years. They did, in fact, longer. They went for 35 before they had the breakdown in 1999. That the buses have now been on the road for 90 years in Glacier is actually amazing. And thank you, Howard. That's it.